The internet is full of hot takes, and today we're checking out which of them are actually a little bit stupid. Or are they not? Do we agree? Or do we not? This is the question here. Hi, Bad Gamer here, and I myself would consider myself a hot taker, especially with one particular video. As you can see, I have learned the hard way. But how hot are my takes compared to the World Wide Web? You know, gaming communities treat opinions almost like religion, alright? In this world, you can criticize capitalism, you can criticize politics, you can criticize literally anything. Say the wrong thing about a video game and suddenly you're like public enemy, bro. So where else if not Reddit, okay? Where I went through actually mainly threads. Some are quite recently, a few months old, some of like a few years old, and I collected gaming's hottest takes that, you know, maybe you are a little bit too afraid to say. So do I agree, do we agree or disagree? Let's find out. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, thank you. So let's read what this fella here has to say. I appreciate the immersion and choose what you want to do next aspect of open world games, but I don't have a ton of free time and hate watching chunks of real time slip away while I'm doing game chores before I can get to the fun part. Now, this is an interesting one, man. This is, I don't know. Well, I would say it really depends on the game, right? I think open world games definitely kind of have lost their, I don't know, their appeal. Okay, like open world games used to be like the thing, right? Especially everyone wants to be a GTA in some way or form. But the problem is, you can't. And then Ubisoft came in and was like, well, we have this formula where you climb the tower and we tell you exactly which tower and you have to climb 1,000,000 of them, right? So everything doesn't really feel like it's part of the story. Everything feels more like you're doing it because you have to, right? So I understand. I think what he's saying here also, like he's listing a few games. He's saying, I've recently been mostly enjoying Horizon Zero Dawn, like mostly enjoying Horizon Zero Dawn and Days Gone. But man, there's a lot of go there, collect this, go talk to this person, etc, etc. And I don't know if that's a hot take. Actually, I think, well, the post is 2 years old, but I think many people don't understand that there's bad game design and immersive open worlds, right? That's like two different things. So I think there is good open world games. Nonetheless, it's really difficult to nail it. So I guess I kind of agree with him. If it's a bad one, then yeah, it feels like chores, especially if you play Ubisoft games. I don't think this take was hot enough. I want it hotter. So let's dig a little bit deeper. Next. Ooh, this one here, like, so, he says he got 33 upvotes on this. So he says, every game doesn't need to be open world or 90 plus hours long. Give us solid 12 to 20 hour games. 100% agree. I don't think a game has to be 100 plus hours long, especially if it's dragging and dragging and dragging. If you haven't seen my Persona 5 video, there you have your hot take, okay? Because I think that Persona 5 just does it, I don't know, a little bit wrong. The game doesn't have to be 100 hours long. And I won't get a little bit too deep into that, but check out the video if you haven't. Nonetheless, man, there's like some games where I played 100 hours and it didn't feel like it. Like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, where I have a lot of hours in The Witcher. I think Dragon's Dogma 2 also I have 100 hours in, but I have never finished the game. Isn't that crazy? But I had so much fun to engage in the world. Now, does a game need to be that long? No. To kind of like reward you for your time in the game, then I mean, of course, I wouldn't say no to that. But then, you know, whenever you have like a good 20-hour game, like this absolute banger right here of a game, Resident Evil Requiem, which is absolutely incredible. I think we finished it with Bad Gamer Girl in like 13-14 hours or something. So it was just like a perfect time spent, right? And the older you get, the more you appreciate if game developers and games in general respect your time. If you don't waste your time, like, hey, you have to go to clear this tower and then this camp and then this and this and this, right? That's not fun gameplay design. It's like it almost feels like they want to keep you artificially in a game. So yeah, 100% agree, and I don't think either that's a hot take. I made hotter ones on this channel. So yeah, games don't have to be that long. The shorter the game recently, the more I enjoyed and the more games I can play, and the faster they're done making them too. So, I mean, we all win, don't we? They're not too hot, man. I have to dig deeper. I need to find hotter ones. But let me know in the comments what you think so far. Okay, here we are in a little bit more recent one. So it's 2 months ago. Making games look more realistic no longer adds anything to the game experience. We are at the point where story matters so much more. Yeah, I mean, story matters, right? The more indies you play, friend, the more you realize that we don't give a shite about graphics. Yeah, it's a great thing to have. I mean, I just got a PlayStation 5 Pro and could check out Resident Evil with it. Shout out Resident Evil once more in this video, dude. And boy, oh boy, does it look crisp. Incredible, okay? But I also have played Cairn. I still don't know how to pronounce it. And this game just, man, it was incredible. Right now, as a matter of fact, the game that I'm actively playing is a PlayStation 4 game on my PS5 Pro. Is this a hot take? And I couldn't care less about the graphics. I haven't played Sleeping Dogs at all, so I think it's a great opportunity. And I mean, yeah, it looks a little ass compared to, you know, what I played Resident Evil, but like, it doesn't make it a bad game. So graphics are freaking overrated. In 2026, it doesn't matter. We reached a level where we just want to have fun playing a game. But again, if Crimson Desert, for example, turns out to be the RPG, right? Plus it looks incredible. Of course, that's really nice. Like where you have these moments as a gamer where you just like stop and you just like take in the vista, right? Like Horizon Forbidden West, for example. I mean, that game, probably if not the best looking game on PlayStation, right? I don't think it's a great game. Oh, hot take. Come on, man. I mean, you literally do things that feel like chores, and the story is like, okay, we've seen it. It feels like, you know, let me show you what the PlayStation can do. And I'm sorry if I'm stepping on the toes of people who really like Horizon, but the style of a game probably does matter. Disco Elysium, for example, is just absolutely incredible, right? Are the graphics great? No, but it looks so good, right? It has its own aesthetic. Reanimal also finished recently. What a game. Yeah, the graphics are good, sure, they look crisp and nice, but the game is not about the graphics, right? It's not at all. It's like the stylistic choice they made to make the world look a certain way. This is what captures us, and then if you combine that with gameplay, bro, game of the year right away. I stayed in the same thread actually here because it's a pretty recent one again. And this one is here is crazy. So it says, gamers who harass developers to release a game and put on the constant pressure to rush a product are garbage people, in my opinion. Dude, if you're one of the people that rush a game, that is one thing. But if you're a person that directly go to a developer and shit on them, then you have never worked in your life. You have never worked in a corporate environment where you can realize that you, as a person working there, have almost no say whatsoever, and you literally give your life away and your creativity to someone who sure pays your bills, I guess, but then for what cost? And you are taking your time, right? Your precious time, and you are going and giving death threats to developers. Nobody wins here, man. I think that is not a hot take at all. That is common sense, right? But I'm glad that it was in this thread, because that is definitely something that, you know, we have to address much more. The more the industry grows, and it kind of looks like it's gonna crash soon. But holy moly, man, like, what is a developer? A developer is here to develop a video game, and they pour their sweat and tears in. And just because your game doesn't arrive whenever you're thinking it's ready, you're not even working there, right? What does a developer have to do with that? I think the worst thing that I have kind of seen was with Cyberpunk 2077, where, man, the game was horrible. And I hated CD Projekt Red for that, right? But I know that the people working there were not the people that made the choice to ship the game. They were probably the ones that tried to be like, no, we can't ship this, we need more time, right? Investors are the ones, CEOs are the ones, not developers. So if you're one of them, feel free to unsubscribe, because I don't support that shit. Next. Ooh, here's a really hot one from 3 years ago. Red Dead Redemption series is kind of boring and drags. Oof. Man, I have to 100% disagree with that. That is a hot take. Now we're walking on fire right now, broski. I think that Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 have defined the genre of storytelling when it comes to an open world RPG. Now, I'm not a big fan of the word RPG. I think you guys have already found out about that based on my content. Nonetheless, this game has given us the chance to play characters that are truly incredible. And I think one of the best characters ever written for a video game is Arthur Morgan. The depth you get, the guilt you feel, the things you go through, friendship, love, and the very slow build-up, almost like a Tarantino movie, right? Where you have like a build-up that takes some time to understand what characters you're in and what the world really is about. Once you have the chance to be riding your horse from spot A to B, dude, it's incredible. The interaction you have with strangers is something we have never seen before, right? The way your character reacts to the world, you know, growing hair, growing your beard, which was one of the coolest things ever. I was like, whoa, bro, I can grow my beard. I remember I had a friend who told me, it's like, bro, I was playing the game and I was so in the game that I thought I'm smelling horse shit. That's how immersive that game was, or felt for one of my friends, right? I didn't smell horse shit, so I was maybe not as immersed. Red Dead Redemption 2 specifically. 1 kind of was the layup, right? Like 1 was kind of like the pass. 2 just like, geez, man. And that was the last game we saw from Rockstar. So if you're somebody who says Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 are boring, then what do you think about GTA 5? Or, you know, because they're not that far away. They're like, they have a different setting. So you can't drive a car and you can't go to the strip club, right? But there are other things that you can do in there. The attention to detail, where, for example, your horse's balls shrink. I don't know if I've seen that in any other game. So yeah, strongly disagree, and that's a pretty, that's a spicy take, man. That's a very spicy take. I actually want to stay in this thread because there's one more thing that just caught my eye. It says, The Last of Us 2 is better than The Last of Us Part 1. 100% agree. It's a pretty hot take. Hear me out, bro. Hear me out. The amount of shite that the game got on release. I wasn't on the internet that much back then. Like, I just played games that I wasn't not really trying to, you know, see what the internet has to say about a game. On The Last of Us Part 1, it ended in almost like a cliffhanger, which is a very nice way to end it. And it felt almost like there's going to be more. The way that the story needs to progress, I thought it was almost inevitable to kill Joel. Not only did it make Ellie heavier and stronger, also the fact that you had to play Abby, which nobody liked. After replaying the game another time, it was like I didn't feel as bad, and I felt like I somewhat like the balance that we're having here. But that's a very unpopular opinion. That's a very hot take. I would like to know what you guys think about that. Not only that, okay, that's just like story apart, gameplay wise, The Last of Us Part 2 felt incredible. It felt so good playing the game. It felt so good going through the world and like looking at how good this game looked on what was that? A PlayStation 4, right? Oh my god, like replaying that on a PlayStation 5 is just like crazy. Nonetheless, I've seen so many hot takes on Reddit, and I think I should do that more often, man. But I'm gonna end it here with the hottest take that The Last of Us Part 2 is better than The Last of Us Part 1. I want to hear your opinions in the comments. Did we go too far, or are you guys down for like a super spicy Part 2? Because I'm down. If you like this video, like, subscribe, leave a comment so that I know that you want to see more. This is the only way to communicate that with me, okay? So let me know, guys. Let me know. That's it for today's internet hot takes versus our hot takes. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bad Gamer out.